Let's have a look at one of the first pouches that I use on my bushcraft kit. As you can see, this is a leather pouch that has been made especially for me by my good friend Ryan Scott Jones. The detail work in this is really good. It's got some lovely belt loops here, an O-ring for carrying your gloves or some cordage, and another little clasp holder here. I've opened it up already from the hitch, and let's have a look inside. This is my dedicated fire kit. So the first thing that I have in here is a windmill lighter, and attached to that is a little pop light torch. And the good thing about these torches, you can either use it as a torch or as a lamp. So when you remove the metal on off switch here, as you can see, the light comes on, and then when you extend the tube, it becomes like a little lantern. These are very good for when you're in camp. And all you need to do is take hold of the little metal on off switch, I'd call it, clip it in there. But you get Stick Survival's got a dedicated channel on YouTube. Some of his videos are fantastic, and on quite a lot of his videos he always has this windmill lighter. And I did contact him and asked him where he got it from. He couldn't remember where he got it from. I think it was a present that someone gave him, so I decided to purchase my own when I went over to the UK. They're about £30. They are very good lighters. I don't know if you can see in there, it comes with a full tank of fuel when you purchase this lighter, and I would save this lighter if I lose dexterity in my fingers and I need to light a fire. So that's the first thing out of the pouch. The next thing is I have some tinder. So I have 2 wet fire cubes, a tampon and some cotton wool. This is just some tinder to get my fire going with. I have a Doin magnesium bar. These are really good, and it also comes with a ferrocerium rod on it. I put some paracord on it just so I've got hold of it for when I'm taking the shavings off. I have a 4-inch ferro rod, and what I've done with this particular one is wrap some Gorilla Tape around the top, just so I've got something firm to grip onto. It does come with this metal hacksaw blade, but I don't know if you can see on here. I'll try and bring it in. It leaves some quite deep indentations on the ferro rod, which I'm not happy with. So I'm thinking of changing this out for something different. If anyone's got any ideas, please can you let me know. The Gorilla Tape can also be used for repairing your equipment, and it can also be used if you strip it into fine strips as fire lighting tinder. One of the things I use, I take a little bit off, and as you can see, I've scraped some magnesium off this in the past, and then the shavings stick to the tinder, and then I can strike a spark from this which will ignite the magnesium, and then on top of the tape it just gives me an extended fire source. So it's a very good thing to have. The next thing I have in here, again, someone got me this from America. This is a Sparklight emergency fire starting kit, and inside it comes with tinder quicks and a little spark wheel. This is very good if you don't have, or if you have issues I should say, with your hands. As you can see, one strike and it lights. It comes with about 10 tinders, and just inside there I've put some tinder card just as an extra backup for lighting fires in an emergency. Next, I have a waterproof container with duct tape wrapped around it, and inside I have some UCO storm matches with the dedicated strikers. Again, I would use this if it's very cold and my hands aren't working properly. It does have this little fire steel which I have tried a couple of times, but you don't get many sparks out of it. So it's there for an emergency if you want to use it, but there is some redundancy in these kits when it comes to fire lighting. The good thing about this fire striker as well, or the ferro rod, sorry, I've just got myself tangled up. If I take the Victorinox saw, and I'll just show you how good this is for using on a ferro rod. So you always use reverse side of the blade. As you see, hold it, throw some good sparks. The only thing it does do is discolours the back of your blade, so you're always going to have to make sure that you clean it, otherwise it damages the blade, which is something you don't want to do with your Swiss Army knife. I know a lot of people say use the back of your knife. I don't like doing that. It's just personal preference, but I might change this out for something else. The next thing is I have a little fire extender, which is this little, I got this from the Bath Bushcraft store, and all you need to do is with a spark, you can, from the ferro rod, you can light this, and this just acts like a lighter. It's got jute twine dipped in candle wax. Probably get about 9-10 hours out of that, I think, in one go. If anyone's ever, I've used this briefly. Normally I use a ferro rod. I prefer ferro rods when I'm out starting fires. The next thing I have in this pouch is a Fresnel lens. Again, just helps with starting fire. There is a couple more of these in around the two kits. They're also good for first aid, helps for ticks removal or blisters or splinters, or for reading if you've got little survival cards, which there are some in this pack. I have a little pocket bellows. These are very good as well for placing oxygen at the base of your fire. The only thing you've got to be careful with is when you are using these is remove your mouth from this end and don't inhale through your mouth when you're trying to start a fire. I did it with one of these to my friends' amusements, and they were laughing for about 20 minutes where I was coughing for about 20 minutes. But they are really good things too. You can also use it if you want to as a straw, so it's a multifunctional use. The next thing I have in this pouch is an Altoids tin, and around it I have some rubber band from an inner tube. You guys in America call them Ranger bands. Then what I've done is I've put probably about 3 feet of tape on here. Now keep the tape because it waterproofs the kit slightly. It also can be used for repairing your kit or some first aid needed. So I'll open up this and I'll show you what I have inside. So I have some Tinder card. I've had this for quite a few years. This is very good for lighting fires. I have some ProCamp Tech fire starters. These are like the dental cotton wool that the dentist gives you. So I got a couple of packs of these and they're very good. So I'll take this out. I have some rubber tubing that I've cut up. Again, another magnifying glass. I have take all of this stuff out for you. Some more cards, some more fire starter, piece of flint. That'll come into light in a minute while I use it. A pencil sharpener for shaving small sticks into some shavings. Another ferro rod. This is for an emergency in here, and a backup, and I've got the dedicated striker for that. I don't like these strikers, so again I'm going to see if there's something I can make up that will just be better for using on the ferro rods. I've got some shards off fat wood. This is just to help extend the fire when I've got it going. And then I've also got a SE fire tool. Now the good thing about this is you can use this on your flint. As you can see, it sends off some really good sparks. You can use it as well for getting your fire rod going, but this divot hole in this can also be used as a part of your bow drill if you do primitive fire lighting, which I can do. These are about £40 and they are very good. It's made with the same steel as the knife, which is 1095 stainless steel. You can get cheaper versions of this, but I like the Rowan one. It works very well for the purposes of lighting a fire. So all of this equipment here is very good. As you can see, it's quite a big kit. Some people might say, well, you're carrying too much, but the older you get, the quicker you just want to get a fire going when you're in camp. So this is my personal fire kit that I have. Any ideas that you think that can take out or change or upgrade on, please let me know. And now we're going to have a look at another pouch.